Join us for an enlightening experience where you will gain a deeper understanding of the purpose and essence of opening your eyes. This is your chance to enhance self-awareness and personal growth with a shift in perception that provides a fresh outlook on life. Embrace the journey from consciousness to superconsciousness by Barrett Kunyan.
Here we are again, and we have our beautiful soul brother Shah from Crete. It's always a pleasure, brother, to reconnect with you. And you're looking well, as always. I've noticed you've got your hair grown a little bit longer since we had the camera on you, but beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
I was, we never need a particular topic to discuss, but we kind of like feel that maybe we can talk about the word real, what real means to you, what real means for certain listeners out there. How can they differentiate between what is real and what isn't real? Do we need a particular instrument or something from within to be able to differentiate what is real, bro? What's real for you, brother? I mean, what do you consider something that's classified as being real?
So what's real and what's not? Well, we're living in a life full of fakery, and I think real comes from experience. It comes from experience of emotional choices and as well as individual opportunities what have come our way in our past, and we all have it inside us. We all have this natural filter, and it's a kind of, if we've experienced enough, then that's when we can have this kind of spider sense of realness, of truth, honesty, purity, So truth is like many other elements in the word truth. So what I experienced throughout my life is I've gone through many journeys, as many other people around the world have. And to realize and to find truth, it's difficult. It really is, because some of us are so loving and so honest that we expect everyone else to be honest and loving around us. But it doesn't actually work like that. It really doesn't. It's unfortunately, but I think that's the teaching. That's the teaching, to find truth. So truth for me is I can sense it. No matter if anyone comes near me who is not telling the truth, I know I still let them speak. I still let them carry on, putting their plan together, whatever they think. But deep inside myself, I feel it. My heart feels it, and my mind has recognized it. So for me, this is a magical thing. What I do is I only speak the truth because I once was not the truth. I managed to break out to another solution of myself and made me see who I was before. So for me, for my way of knowing truth is knowing myself, knowing oneself as well. It's very important, and it's the element of truth. You have to know yourself. You can't just go around speaking people's information. What you don't really know is true. You need to really dissect and understand the frequency that we're all on individually, and as well as a society, as a culture. This is what's happening now. Look what's happening on the news. Everyone who has not told the truth is being broadcasted out there. All this evilness now is being founded and is being turned into, you can't do it anymore. You can't lie to us. You can't hurt us. You can't call pain on other people. Now you're gonna be ready for the truth to come to you. And this is what's happening. This is exactly what's happening now. The truth is coming out, and no one can hide from it. There's divine intervention, and there is a divine frequency what is rippling throughout the cosmos, and we're all feeling it. even the people who don't tell the truth. They want to change. They want to be more healthy. They want to be more um, honest. So everyone is starting to shed their skin. We are going through an amazing shift of truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, power of truth.
Thank you for that. Do you also feel that the person who is delivering this fakeness, if you will, pretending to be something that's not real,
Yeah,
and let's say that with somebody who, like yourself, who can differentiate the two, how do you feel that they feel that that you have the ability to see that they're talking from a different perspective, that's their intention is not of the highest? And how do you feel? Have you been in situations where someone has been, I know you have, but I'm just saying for the viewers out there, who can you give an example whereby you've been in a situation that someone suddenly feels awkward, who's tried to corner you or put you in an awkward situation, and then they realize that, oh, I feel as though that person is beginning to feel my energy. What do you think?
absolutely.
What happens to them? What do you feel is, what's taking place in their vessel, would you say, from
Okay.
your perspective? So when you
Yeah.
stand your ground,
Yeah. I think it's once you see a liar and you sense a liar and smell a liar, um, when the experience, what is happening in front of me, is down to, I find out that they all do like a fight or run or flight. What's the saying? I can't remember the saying.
yeah, yeah, it's because what it is, brother. It's they're in that survival mode attitude where they have a particular need, and
Yeah,
their operating system is from this area of scarcity. So they feel that
manipulation.
they need to impose on your, whether they're stealing your energy or whatever it may be,
Yeah,
information. But do you feel that when you're in your authenticity and you're in that mode where you're standing, like you said earlier, you allow people to be themselves, so you give them that opportunity to continue with their conversation, but you have that ultimate knowing that it's not authentic. The question obviously was, do you feel that there's a change taking place for the person
yeah,
who's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
projecting
Okay,
that?
I understand. Yeah. So yeah, so when someone is lying in front of you, and you do spot them, and you do see them, then that's when you listen, and you just want to listen more because you can hear, and you want to know this frequency. Where is it come from? Where's this line frequency? Is it coming from them? Is it their true self? Is it an entity what is embedded into their body, and so it's them speaking out through this vessel? So we got to remember that there is a lot of energy sources around us. So for me, I'm a soft person at times. I've become this very light, clean, and I want to help people. But when I help people from the purity from my heart and for being truthful. And I expect that to come back to me. So when I do feel this kind of this disrespectful of not telling the truth, then it's a kind of, it makes a vortex of understanding of, right, next time when this individual asks for something or wants to do something, I'm going to have to be honest and say, sorry, I cannot give my energy away. I cannot be in your zone, because when it comes
Yeah,
to now, as an individual, for a liar and for a person who's speaking the truth, it's just a balance of the yin and yang. We all have it inside us, and we all was it. This is what I mean about how I can relate to the liars. It's because some people have not got that balance of the yin and yang. One's
yeah,
over, and so from that one over, that finds it. They find it as an individual to not lie. I was a liar. back in the day, I used to lie myself through anything and everything. I used to make sure I got what I wanted. And I would say to the
Yes.
individual exactly what they wanted to hear because I knew how to manipulate and to persuade that person to believe what I am saying. So once I come, when I had this enlightenment epiphany moment, that's when it switched. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, I've been this person all my life. I've been, faking my way through every single person who comes in my frequency. I've just been lying, and it come from my teaching. That's all it was. It wasn't me. It was just a teaching what come down to me. So once
Yeah.
I realized that I needed to find new teachers, I needed to evolve myself. I didn't like the way I was broadcasting my energy. Then that's when I learned to release energies what are no needed for me um, to become the true version of myself. So, this is what it is. It is experience, it's experience of individuals to find out the truth. And my experience is to listen to the people, and you will hear them. You'll hear them. You understand their visions. You understand if they're manipulating or they're manifesting or they're pushing greatness and positivity frequency out. So it's a natural, like I said, a filter. We can filter if we have the experience. I know people who are younger than me and they still are being manipulated by certain systems, being tricked to do certain jobs and then not getting paid, and then, there are scammers out there. This whole world is full of scammers. And I've met so many people who have done so much work online, and then suddenly they're not getting paid. And the reason is because they trusted them. It's sometimes, people are born with trust, and people, when they grow, they don't trust no one because they've realized they've been shitted over for so many years that they don't want to trust anyone. The only people they trust is themselves, their wife, and the family, and I
Mm.
don't blame them. I don't blame them because, this is a very difficult world to actually live in. But with enough patience and with the right people around you, then, you learn, you grow, you shed your skin, and then you become a better version of yourself. So
Yeah.
yeah, the picture of love is the picture of truth.
Yeah. No, thanks, bro. Yeah. Do you also feel that it's getting much harder nowadays to hide behind your fakeness, if you will?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to name drop, but there are beings out there who've been extremely manipulative over humanity. And do you feel that their ability to let go now, is it more demanding or less demanding? Do you feel that because people now, they understand or they feel the energies better, so they, rather than lashing out, which is not the best way forward, they just
Hmm.
don't comply? Do you feel that
Yeah.
not complying is the best way forward? That way you're not sponsoring that energy to exist. Is it as simple as, how simple is it for people to mastermind a situation, a solution where they feel they can just say thank you but no thank you without getting into a big argument or a massive debate? It's crystal clear, isn't it? If once you have the ability to see, you can say, I understand your pain, I'm here for you. But that's, like you say it very, very quiet. You don't actually voice that. You kind of put that frequency. I can see, I can feel your trauma, and I know why you're behaving the way you do. So we're creating a beautiful atmosphere, aren't we, brother? So when you
Yeah.
create, not hostility, it's not a
No.
hostile atmosphere. It's the powers that were, they're more than welcome to be part of this incredible wave. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a joke. We can feel it in our hearts and mind that humanity is raising its game, and it's nice
Hmm.
to see, isn't it? It
Yeah,
really is. It's
it's
beautiful
amazing.
to
It
see.
is amazing to see. And we're growing as a community, as earth, as a human race. This is what's happening. We're seeing so many lies out there. History is being rewritten every single month. They're finding new archaeological finds. They're realizing that things are older than they are, and now they're realizing that they had technology. So it's like there's a whole new awakening of reality occurring. This matrix is crumbling. You're seeing all these glitches around the world, all these activity in the skies, in the sea. Now
Yeah,
the space telescope is seeing things out deep out in space. Well, there's a huge fear factor what is occurring over the whole world. That's because truth is coming out, and they're getting desperate, and they need to have another plan to get us all back in the circle of fear. This is what they want,
yeah,
and what they've been doing since day one, the human experiment. And we've overcome that now. Now like you're getting young people who are actually questioning governments and situations and problems. The kids are actually questioning it. Look what happened back in the day. Everyone was scared to question against the government. Oh, don't talk to the police. Don't talk to the government. Now everyone is going to the government saying, we're demanding this. Why are you lying? You said this, and now, but the truth is this. This is the law, but you said this. So everyone is starting to get into this new wave of everyone must question everything. We know a fraction of our truth. Everything we listen to has been broadcasted by another human. Okay, so we have to be very wary and very wise of what stories and what information we actually acknowledge and take into our essence of a being. Because now
yeah,
there is so much information out there, so many fake healers out there, all just want a bit of buck. They just want a bit of money. You know, it ain't about that. It's about being sincere, and it's about really understanding what your true path is and what your true journey to your destiny is going to be. And
yeah,
this is the hunt. We all come on this planet, and some of us feel a bit lost. We don't know who we are, but you've got a whole life. You've got a whole life vessel to live to find out who you will become. So there's no rush. It's not a race. Just like they say, the turtle and the hare. There's no race. It's patience. It's understanding, and this is the power that we hold. And now they can't
yeah,
hide it. They can't hide. And this is what I've been saying in my songs. You listen to my songs, old ago, I'm telling people long, long time ago. And now it's all occurring. I'm telling people to prepare, telling people to get ready for this new shift. And the reason is I was being channeled, you know, and this is what's happening with me upgrading. I am being
yeah,
channeled, and the energies are coming through me of the whole planet, and it's coming out my voice. I'm just a beacon at these songs,
yeah,
and when I'm listening to these songs, I'm like, oh my god, you're predicting things what 6 months ago you made a song, and then now it's becoming into a reality.
yeah,
So something or some energy source is resonating through me at certain times to give off this
yeah,
message because the people need to hear it.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
never lie. Truth is the way,
yeah.
and truth is the love.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I was going to last time there was a few of us. We all came together. The likes of Donovan Truman, and there was a few Darren as well. There was a video I shared with you, and it was something to do with the global people's monetary system. And did you manage to feel the energy behind that, brother? Do you feel that it's authentic? Do you think it's quite, is it true? The the
Yeah,
the, the people behind, can you feel the energy there and share it?
yeah, I
Um,
can,
you,
I can.
yeah,
So, like we said earlier on when we was talking, look, the whole mission is amazing. You know, it's a pray and it's a dream that we all want. You know, we all want to live a life where we don't have to work 9 to 5, 24/7. You know, you froze. You there? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Right. And you know, so this is what it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful scenario and picture. But we must understand again, there is going to be laws. There's going to be control. You know, there is going to be someone with a hierarchy who's going to demand something on these other people. So this is a kind of, yes, it can work if it's a connection, if it's a counsel from people, if it's a person who's a lawyer, who's a dustman, you know, these people, and so they can see through the same mindset. We don't need anyone like a royalty or someone who's feels like they got authority over the plan, the mission, you know, the city. So it's all down to community pillar of council. We just need a council of all people from different categories. So for me, it has potential and it can happen. But for reality, it's going to take a little bit longer than we expect. This is why now everyone is starting to go out and create their own retreats, their own little eco villages. It's because everyone is knowing something is coming, something is going to happen to the planet, or there's going to be some sort of weather disruption. We've already seen it, what's happening already, you know, over Europe with the floods. And then you got in Africa and Asia drought, you know. So it's becoming like these weird biblical moments of life. But we've got to remember that Earth is a living organism, just like us. At times, it needs to shed its skin. It needs to get rid of, you know, the unwanted energy source. So this is what's exactly happening in us as a human race, and as well without. So for us to start this mission, it's down to the whole world needs to be thinking the same frequency, you know, of creation, of bringing people together, of looking after your neighbor, helping, spending your time by helping your neighbor to build the house, and then they will do the same to you. You know, this is the currency disappearance. There's a bartering system, the bartering system of your capability, your gifts, what you give to the world, and as well your love between everyone else. So the project is going to happen one day, and it's already happening. So there is a movement, but there has to be a purity.
It's like,
the core has to be pure.
I agree. I mean, and people taking ownership and responsibility of understanding the real intrinsic value, and that's one of the. Do you mind if I put the 1-minute video as well for new observers of this wonderful movement? I had no hesitation. For me, it was a game changer immediately, and I raised my frequency immediately when I was in the company of particularly Lee Mudway and Rick Jewers. He's the founding father. Let's just watch a 1-minute video. We'll just have a little break and watch that 1-minute video as well, brother. And then we can talk about the shareholder attitude and how energetically this is like a referendum, if you will. So it's people coming together energetically, you know, collective consciousness coming into an alignment, a well-balanced world that we understand the opposing polarities. We're not there necessarily to change the opposing polarities, but we understand the symbiotic relationship and bringing balance and order, because at the moment it's all one-sided. But let's just see the if you're okay.
Imagine a world
video.
where every person. Imagine a world where every person is a shareholder of Earth's resources, where poverty and debt no longer exist. The Global People's Monetary System, or GPMS, is a new vision for humanity. It aims to replace the current economic system with a global model based on abundance and equality. With GPMS, every person has the right to a free home, endless access to money, and the freedom to live without the burdens of taxes, debt, and wage slavery. To make this vision a reality, GPMS is calling on people worldwide to unite, give their consent, and become a part of the change. Join the movement today and help create a world of prosperity for all. Visit gpms.world to learn more and give your consent.
Yeah, I mean, I use this as an example because this, there's a lot of division and mind control in what I'm going to say, but you'll understand when I'm bringing this. The so-called referendum that one had about Europe join, the UK, to leave, to stay, to leave, to. My understanding on a higher perspective is there's no real division on a higher perspective. There's no division whether you're German, English, Russian, Spanish, or whatever, Greek. We're all the same. That's my take. We don't need any kind of control system in place, because one needs to question when you get into the dynamics of things. You've got to question what its ulterior motive is. There is an element of keeping a certain person captive. It's like you're sentenced. You feel there's a chain around it, and this movement gives the opportunity to let go of the things that no longer serve. And with this incredible paradigm, this new earth that we're creating, we don't need to cause harm in any shape, because it is, isn't it, brother, the old system that we had in place, wars, and there's so much different languages and currencies and all sorts of, but when we really get to the place where we understand the real intrinsic value, it's this. It's this beingness, it's energy that we give off. And that's one of several reasons why I feel we came to our beautiful connection, because I always find your presence very uplifting, and you're a wonderful example of a person who's got a free soul, who has the ability to love, because it begins with self first. And this is what you're saying as well, to be the change.
Yes.
So it begins with you taking that ownership responsibility and not having to voice it too much, but it's an energetic outburst, isn't it, bro?
Yeah.
Which every living organism, we're not just saying the human race, we're also talking about, the plant kingdom. I mean, because a lot of the beings are being or were being affected in a very negative way, and we no longer need to do that anymore.
No, it's about, instead of being the virus, it's about being the purifier, and for so long mankind has been the virus on the planet. And now we've got to a stage where, with the waste that we as a race, what we are putting on this planet, land and sea, cannot happen anymore. This is why the frequency of the planet is getting so tense. This is why we as individuals are enlightening. We are trying to put the energy source back to Earth, back to Mother Nature. We're all beacons, and so we are the great healers. Every single one of us, even if you don't know yet, you are a great healer and you're a great ball of light. And your choices and your path is here, not just for you as an individual and your legacy. It's to plant this amazing power into the ground. Mother Nature needs our healing. This has probably been the most scariest moments of the planet, because anything can happen now. So for us to come together, yeah.
No, please. I was just going to say, that the cognitive dissonance that was around. Again, it's because a lot of people for a long time they were being traumatized by listening to things that it was a degree of programming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, maybe later on, I put a 1 minute video, and it's to do with our symbiotic relationship, with these opposing polarities, and how to bring them all to union, how to bring them all into balance, the yin and the yang, negative, positive, masculine, feminine. It's to have a movement where you're in control of the situation, where you're not trying, because when you're in control, do you find that when you're in control, the gift becomes your energy, from the perspective of it's not a language that you speak, but it's a footprint or an impression, a certain signature that you leave behind, and people feel uplifted. It's because I find this a lot in you, brother, in your stance as well. I've had the privilege of spending time on and off the camera, and when we're together, is there is, and I'm very excited for those viewers who not too familiar with Shah, and I'm looking forward to investing a lot of my beautiful energy with your beautiful energy in reference to your music, because you've creating this kind of rap movement, which I really love, brother. Can you speak a little bit about your music and how spontaneous you are in how you find the words, or the words find you?
Both, yes. The words find me, I think. Um, it's a gift I never thought I had. Okay, as simple as that. And like I say, it only happened when I went through my awakening. So all that trauma, pain of my past managed to release, managed to come out. And when I come over to Crete, it enhanced. It really got deep, and I really was releasing a lot of deep, deep stuff. There's some tracks out there
Yeah,
where it sounds like it's not even me. It's got this really dark energy, and the reason is because I needed to release it out into the cosmos so it can refurbish and it can just disappear and bring me back light. So this is how I'm working, and this is how I am seeing the power within myself, that I never thought I was a singer. I've had so many people in my life saying, "Shah, you should be a radio presenter. You have this deep voice, you have this sexy." I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Okay." But I looked into it and I was like, maybe in the future when I get a bit more older with a bit more experience, then okay, maybe I'll do it, because I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to be stuck in a radio station. I've got the world to adventure. So for me, it was a kind of, the music is just a pure penetration of release and understanding and relating. This is the number one. The song was, the music I make is to relate to every single one out there, because I know you're going through the same story, and I know you've
yeah.
experienced the same story. So it's just, yeah.
No, sorry, I put my. It means in a few.
It's like, sir, miss, can I speak,
No.
please?
Yeah. Can I say a word too? No. Please allow. I'll allow you to finish your sentence at least. I
Oh,
mean,
that was
yeah.
it.
No,
Yeah.
that's
So
what. Yeah.
basically, so yeah, the music comes
Yeah.
from deep inside, and it's a new thing. It's new, okay?
There's a video I'm going to share with you. I did it with my son. It's about 2 minutes long, and it's called "Awakening to Presence." And I was going to ask you if you want to. If I'm not asking you to, I won't put you on the spot and say, "Can you turn this into some kind of music?" But I feel
Now,
there's something there that we can work on. Here's it's called
Why do
"Awakening to
we open
Presence,"
our
and
eyes? Is it merely to see, or is it Why do
if
we
it
open our
works.
eyes?
Sometimes you press and it doesn't want to go, but
Why do
like
we
it's-
open our eyes? Is it merely to see?
Why
Why do we open our eyes? Is it merely to see, or is it to awaken to something profoundly deeper? We stand at the cusp of a monumental transformation of human consciousness, a shift from being bound by time to immersing ourselves in the eternal now, from the incessant chatter of our thoughts to the silence and purity of consciousness itself. This journey begins by tuning into our soul, embracing our intuition, and stepping into the highest version of ourselves. Each time we close and open our eyes, we have the opportunity to embody this transformation. Imagine now being in a state of gratitude, saying thank you to the universe, embracing independence, not seeking salvation from an external savior or guru. Recognize your intrinsic value and witness the shift to a new paradigm. A paradigm where ownership transforms into guardianship. Its core principles: do no harm, and not imposing on the freedom of others. In this world, we leave behind a supercharged footprint, uplifting the matter around us by simply being. Imagine the left brain's logic and the right brain's creativity, harmonizing, neutralizing. Together they guide us to take true organic ownership of our vessel, connecting us to the real Wi-Fi, the cosmic energy that envelopes us, invisible yet omnipresent. In this unity, in this I am presence, we find our true essence. It's a state of being where actions and words are unnecessary. We simply exist in harmony, tethered to the cosmos, radiating peace, love, and transformation. Why do we open our eyes? Perhaps to truly see for the first time, to be present, to be conscious, to be awakened.
Now that's I like your music, brother, because I've always said, not that I want to define your movement in any shape or form. It's defining itself in the most transformative, beautiful, uplifting way. But there's that raw essence where it just brings yourself to yourself, and you find it as well. You just go with the flow. You're not quite sure you're gonna do something now, and then suddenly it just comes to you because you're in that place of where you feel at peace with yourself, right? And that's the ultimate goal,
It's to find home, it's to find home in and out. And for once in my life, I can say I have found a place in the planet where I resonate, and is it my ancestors coming through me? Is it once I was a ancient Minoan who are on this land, So for me, it's a kind of, there are always questions and there's always answers eventually, but this place, Crete, Greece, has actually made me feel home. I can say that. I can literally say that for the first time. And for that, this is why I want to bring people together. This is why I want to show the people that, what love from the land can do to you, how it can inspire you. This is why artists are coming to the island, musicians are coming to the island. This island is resonating a frequency of growth within. And it's helped me. And so, for me, this is what I want to do. I want to make a retreat, maybe even get a little music studio, get a little community area, and then combine it together. Then suddenly, you've got yourself a beautiful little mini empire of truth, love, honesty, and number one is peace. We're all at peace.
Yeah. No, that resonates 100%. And creating that trinity, it will trigger, because it's a funny thing how collective consciousness synchronizes itself to what is natural, because there's two types of the law. And this is the thing that really homed in with me with the GPMS, and having had the honor to spend time with the founding father, the likes of Rick Jewers and Lee Mudway, is it was very simple. It's called simplified divine law because you've got two types of law, two types of anything: organic, inorganic. So you've got this synthetic thing that's mimicking what is lawful, which is not, and then you got the real natural state law, which if you go against the grain, it's going to affect the vessel. You know, premature aging and you know, sicknesses of different descriptions. But when you take
No, exactly that. Because I remember you saying just a minute ago about, you know, certain energies, and this is what the money frequency does to people. Sometimes I look at people, who have got money, who've got money in abundance, and they're still working to get more money. And I see them. I see them. Their physicality, their mood, their words. You know, it's not clean. You know, some of these people are not clean. And then I see entrepreneurs who are doing exactly what they love to do. You know, they're doing their hobby in their work. They're happy. They're beautiful. They want to share their wealth. You know, they want to help new projects to create and put this footprint on the planet, and knowing that they're using that money for the right reasons. You know, they're not using it to buy poisonous foods, to buy the most smartest motor on the streets. You know, there are two different versions of people. So for me, it's I'm a humble man. You know, I have nothing in my pocket, but I have everything around me. And for me, it's you know, you can see how we all have different personalities, and it's all down to frequency we are carrying. So, you know, you're carrying wealth, you're carrying hunger, you're carrying disappointment, you're carrying egoistic, and then, you know, you're going to see that money turn into your body form, and all that energy is going to become a part of you. You know, you're going to feel ill, you're going to create diseases in your body, you're going to feel sick. But then, you know, you've got the other side as well, where actually they're doing it in pure love. They want to give, they want to heal, they want to help, and they have the financial backing to make that happen. And the money they are making is still feeding these beautiful projects. So, you know, it is down to the mindset, but as well, it's down to how we carry the energies around us. Money can be used in a beautiful way, just, you know, but at the same time, it can destroy countries.
Absolutely, my lovely brother. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Really, and it's the same with reference to artificial intelligence, because you use it correctly to aid humanity, and the intention is of the highest, to not cause harm or loss, and not to impose on the ability to be you know, imposing on the freedom, because the freedom is the ultimate, and what sets you free from the field is like truth, to be in that authentic beingness. And for me personally, it's because I've been able to make peace with my past, because that was a bit of a hindrance for me at times, you know. And now because I'm excited about who I am, what I am, and that's a game changer, because when you are literally in the awe and ecstasy and being excited about, I'm a creator, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then you go out walking on an uncharted territory, people come across your energy, you're not saying anything vocally, but they feel your presence and they immediately think, well, what's this guy on? You know, I mean, he seems to be really, you know, excited. And that's the ultimate movement. And you know, you're setting a beautiful new trend as well with this rap music that you're putting forward. And you know, I'm excited to be in your presence for many reasons, but also this cutting edge way of how, because like I said, you got that freestyle of just producing something, and just for me the words have limitations, but because the way you're vocaling, and you can feel the truth, you can feel the raw presence, that beautiful presence where you really are a beautiful soul, and your intention is of the highest. And that's what I like about this platform, that is a guardian. I don't own it. It's for the people, and it's to help aid and communicate effectively, and bringing people, and being the bridge ultimately. And yeah, I welcome, and maybe next time, or in not so distant future, maybe we can bring one of your songs into the interview.
Oh, that'd be
Because
amazing. Yeah, of course.
yeah,
That would be fantastic.
yeah,
I've
no,
done,
I know you have. You've
yeah,
done
I've
quite.
got about 500 tracks to choose from, you know, so, you know, we've got plenty of ammunition of purity.
Yeah, no, brother, it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute honor to be in your beautiful presence, and this will be the start of many. And I'm also looking forward to, inviting you to Bulgaria as well,
Yeah,
and
that's on the bucket
uniting.
list.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's about oneness. It's about being guardians, and not saying this is my idea, this belongs to me. It's about sharing. That's the
Yeah,
key,
yeah,
to
it
share.
is.
and
It
and
is. It's very important, you know. It's so important to share, you know. Like I said earlier on today when we had the discussion, you know, I have all these amazing people around me, rich. They've done so much work in their life and they've earned this money. And, you know, it's about being what you are. It's not about what you have.
Yeah,
It's about the essence inside you, you know. And these beautiful people, they love to treat me. I love to be in their presence to help them because they come to me with suggestions and options, and I'll provide, you know, this wisdom where it comes from the unknown, you know. So
yeah,
then it's beautiful, and this is this number one is love, truth, and sharing. You know, like I said before on the other tracks, good deeds, good thoughts, and good words. I
yeah,
will, I can, I must. This is what I have in my head, and this is it. You know, everything
yeah,
else is a blessing in front of me. So
yeah. To
yeah,
all
it's
those viewers, thank you
been
for,
amazing, people.
brother. When we finish our recording, if I could just have 2 more minutes of your time at the end, I wanted to talk to you about your music as well.
Yeah, certainly.
And of sending you, Preet, and all the beautiful work that you're doing from the bottom of my heart, from Austria. Big love, brother. Big love, and see you again soon.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, and one love to everyone out there as well. Stay
Honor,
loved,
brother.
stay true.
Bioactivator would like to thank you for your kind support and donations. Through Barrett Tunian's guardianship of this platform, his activation of truth harmonizes, neutralizes, and unblocks the meridians that connect, balance, and purify all that comes in contact. Do no harm is the key that fully opens the heart's voice to be in the union of the I Am presence, and will represent every living organism on the planet whose voice would otherwise not be heard. Remember, the truth will set you free. Do no harm, cause no loss, and do not impose upon the freedom of others. Love, light, and